Assalamu alaikum students. Today our topic is related to right hand thumb rule. Now we are aware that once we are having a current carrying conductor, if I will take this as a conductor and this is the direction of current in it. Now once this is the direction of current in, then around it, now because of the Aristotle's experiment what he performed, we are now aware that once there is flow of current through a conductor, there is production of magnetic field around it. So the magnetic field around, now the direction of magnetic field around it is given by right hand thumb rule. What right hand thumb rule? It states that if the current flowing through a conductor is imagined, if you are having a current carrying conductor and it is imagined to be like this, I'm having a current carrying conductor and it is imagined to be in my right hand like this. Such that the thumb points, thumb, this is the direction of current upward and I am pointing thumb in this very direction and I have to hold it. Then the curl of fingers like this. Then the curl of fingers gives the what? Direction of magnetic field around it. Simply, if a current carrying conductor is imagined to be held in what? In the right hand, such that thumb points in the direction of current, then the curl of fingers is going to indicate the direction of magnetic field. Right now the current is upward, then the magnetic field around it will be in the form of concentric circles. It will be like this. This is the direction of arrow. So this is the direction of magnetic field around this very current carrying conductor. Now if the direction of current will be downwards like this, then again we'll be having the circles like the concentric circles, the magnetic field around it. But right now the they will have an arrowhead in this very direction. This is what direction? This is the clockwise direction. This is what? Anti-clockwise direction. So if you are having a current carrying conductor and the direction of current is upward, then the magnetic field will having an anti-clockwise direction. And if the current is in the downward direction, then the magnetic field will have clockwise. It is anti-clockwise, it is clockwise direction. Because we are already aware that once there is a current carrying conductor, then around it we are having a magnetic field, and that very magnetic field, if we will take any point here around this very close to this very current carrying conductor, and we have to find out the magnetic field here. The magnetic field at point B is going to depend amount of current. If more will be the current, if there is a more and more current in it, there will be a more and more magnetic field here, and it is inversely proportional to the distance of this very point from this very conductor, that is B inversely proportional to R. That is, if this very point is very far from the current carrying conductor, then the magnetic field will be very small. If it is very much close to the conductor, then magnetic field will be very large. So right hand thumb rule simply states that the magnetic field around the current carrying conductor, you have to imagine in your right hand thumb rule such that thumb points in the direction of current, then the curl of fingers gives like this. If this is the direction of current, this is upward is the current, then I will point the thumb in this very direction, then the curl of fingers, the curl is going to go in this very direction as such here. And if this is the direction of the current in a conductor, then the curl of fingers will go this very clockwise, and this is the magnetic direction of magnetic field lines around it. So I'm saying the intensity of magnetic field at a point very near to this very current carrying conductor is directly proportional to the current, and secondly it is inversely proportional to the distance of this very point, how much far away. If we will take a point here, here it will be having more and more magnetic field because it's very much close to this, although current is not changed. Now if we are going to change current, then at the both points the magnetic field will change. Now instead of this very straight conductor, if we will mold this very straight conductor into a loop like this, I will mold it into a loop. If we'll make it like this, imagine, and somehow this is the direction of current, this is the negative, this is here positive thing, and this is the loop. First we were having the straight conductor. Now I have changed this very straight conductor. In which direction? I have to change this very straight conductor into a circular loop. Let this be the direction of current. Here, here, and it will be like this. So many loops like this. Now I have just taken one loop. Now the magnetic field, we have to again use the first right hand thumb rule, because right hand thumb rule gives us what? The direction of magnetic field. If we will take this very loop, the small portions of this very loop are in the form of what? Small conductors, straight conductors. If we will use here at this very point the right hand thumb rule, then the magnetic field will be a bit like this. If we will take any point here, it will be like this in the form of concentric circles like this. And if we'll take any point here, it will be again in the form of concentric circles like this. Once again I will show it. If this is now loop and this is the direction of current in this very loop, so I have to use right hand thumb rule. Now this will be the what? This will be the magnetic field around it. And if we take another one, it will be a straight one like this. And same will be here. And I will take this very one like this. It will be a straight one. If you will take here, the direction will be like this. And if you will talk here, the direction will be like this. So once we will take that very conductor which was a straight line, now we have turned this very straight conductor into what? Into a circular loop. This is the magnetic field. Magnetic field due to circular loop. Now in this very loop, what happens? The magnitude of this very magnetic field will depend upon the current. That will depend upon the at the center. That will depend upon the current. That will depend upon what? The radius of this very loop. And that will depend upon what? Number of turns. First I will make you understand what is the fun of turning the straight conductor into a loop. First, if you will see, by turning the straight conductor into a loop, the same conductor, if we are having this as a conductor, and this is the direction of current in it. Now we will turn this very conductor into loops. By turning it into loops, we can increase the intensity of magnetic field at its center. Because now you are finding out, and this very region there are large number of magnetic field lines. And here you have applied the right hand thumb rule, here you have applied the right hand thumb rule, and by applying the right hand thumb rule we are getting the direction of magnetic field lines. As the magnetic field lines, or if you are going to imagine, they as they are inserting in this very loop, on the other hand you will see a bar magnet. This is south of bar magnet, this is north of bar magnet. Within the bar magnet, the magnetic field lines go straight and go from south to north. So definitely as they are going inwards, then this very side of the loop, as every loop becomes, once there is a magnet, then there will be a north pole, there will be a south pole. So this very loop, this becomes as south pole, and the backward of this very loop, that becomes as north pole. Like this I am saying now simply. I am having two loops. This is one loop, this is another loop. In this very loop, this is the direction of current. It is which one? It's clockwise. Then this acts as south. The back of this very loop acts as north. And if it is another loop, it is having the direction of current in anti-clockwise, then this will act as north. This will act as north. The face I am seeing, that the face that I am facing, and if I am going to turn the page, then the back of this will act as south. This is north. The front portion of this is north. The back portion will be south, and this is south. This is south. The back portion will be north. So every circular loop will be a complete magnet. So magnetic field, if I will say the magnetic field around a circular loop, that will depend upon the, if now I will increase the if current will be increased, the more will be the magnetic field. And if I will take two loops, one of smaller radius, another of larger radius, then the smaller radius loop will be having a more magnetic field at its center as compared to the larger one. And lastly, it depends upon the number of turns. More the number of turns, more will be magnetic field. The important point which you have to remember here is that whenever current flows in a loop in which direction, in clockwise direction, then that will face acts as south, and whenever the current flows in a loop in anti-clockwise direction, then that will face acts as north. So every loop is a complete magnet. If this is south, the back is north. If this is north, then back is south. This is all for today. Tomorrow will be at another lecture. Till then, Allah Hafiz.